Hello, hello. Welcome back to our learning adventure. I am so excited to share today's story with you. Let's learn, practice, and grow our English together. Let's go!
Hello, and welcome back to English for Beginners. I am Tom. Today, we step completely away from the cafe and into one of the most important travel hubs in the world, the international airport. From the moment you walk through the sliding glass doors to the second you drop off your bags and receive your boarding pass, every single word matters. Today, we break down the exact vocabulary, phrases, and grammar structures required to check in for your flight, declare your luggage, and navigate the airline counter without hesitation. Let us step right up to the check-in desk. I walk up to the airline check-in counter with clear, practical intent. Pause for shadowing. I use precise English phrases to check in for my flight. Pause. I speak directly to the airline agent with clear pronunciation. Pause. I handle every airport check-in transaction with total everyday confidence. Pause. When you stand at the airline counter, you are following a very strict structural formula. You need to present your passport, state your destination, check your baggage, and receive your seat assignment. In English grammar, we use polite modal verbs like would like or could I, combined with future intent to handle travel requests. You do not need complicated sentences or difficult academic theory. You need functional airport tools. When you say, I am flying to London, or could I get a window seat, please? The agent instantly understands your exact requirements. Let us practice assembling these practical check-in blocks step by step. I practice stating my flight destination clearly and directly. I practice requesting specific seats, like a window or an aisle. I practice answering questions about my luggage and passport. I keep my check-in vocabulary sharp, practical, and easy to use. I master the exact mechanics of a real-world airport check-in. Let us examine the exact grammar structure of checking in. To declare an action or state your itinerary, we rely on the present simple or present continuous. Hear the structure. I am traveling to New York. If you want to ask a question to check bag weight or gate changes, you use modal auxiliaries like could or where is. Could you check my bag all the way to my final destination? Where is the baggage drop? Notice how these structures are fixed and reliable. You combine the subject, the correct verb, and the travel noun. Let us repeat these exact functional patterns aloud to lock them into your speaking memory. I practice saying, I am checking in for flight number 402. I practice saying, could you check this bag through to Paris? I have one checked bag and one carry-on. I use clear phrasing for every standard airport check-in action. I keep my grammar structure clean, polite, and completely functional. Now, let us put the entire check-in sequence together into a realistic dialogue with the airline agent. When the agent looks at you and asks, "May I see your passport and ticket, please?" you need an immediate, automatic response. You do not freeze. You reply with your prepared structure. Listen to the exchange. Good morning. May I see your passport and booking reference? Good morning. Here is my passport and my booking reference. Did you pack your bags yourself, and are there any prohibited items? Yes, I packed them myself, and there are no prohibited items. Would you prefer a window seat or an aisle seat? An aisle seat, please, if one is available. Let us practice your side of this exact conversation line by line. I practice replying, "Good morning. Here is my passport and my booking reference." I practice replying, "Yes, I packed my bags myself." I practice replying, An aisle seat, please, if one is available. I respond to common agent questions instantly and clearly. I navigate the check-in desk interaction with absolute practical ease. Many learners make simple mistakes at the airport counter, such as confusing carry-on luggage with checked baggage or failing to listen for the baggage weight limit questions. Today, we fix that habit permanently by using precise travel terms: checked bag, boarding pass, passport, gate number. You control the entire conversation from the very first word. As we finish part one, review your check-in statements in your mind and say them out loud one more time with absolute clarity. I avoid confusion by correctly separating my checked bags from my carry-on. I specify my seat preference before the agent assigns a random seat. I speak with clear, confident English at every airline check-in desk. I look forward to mastering security checkpoint vocabulary and gate instructions in part two. I am fully prepared to handle any real airport check-in environment. In our first session, we mastered the core grammar of checking in at the airline counter, presenting our passports, and handling luggage questions. Today, we move directly through the security checkpoint and toward the boarding gates. We are looking at the names of airport security items, prohibited objects, metal detectors, and the exact vocabulary you need to get through security smoothly. No filler, no philosophy, just the practical, everyday vocabulary every traveler needs to know inside an international airport. Let us walk up to the security checkpoint together. I approach the airport security checkpoint with clear, practical focus. I learn the exact names of security items and screening procedures. I prepare my electronics and liquids using precise, real-world vocabulary. I speak about airport security instructions with absolute clarity. When you reach the security checkpoint, you will follow a very strict sequence of rules. Security officers give direct commands that you must understand instantly. They will ask you to place your laptop in a separate bin, take off your jacket, remove your belt, and put all liquids into a clear plastic bag. Understanding these specific commands prevents delays and keeps the line moving smoothly. A carry-on bag goes on the belt scanner. A laptop must be removed from its case. A metal detector or body scanner is what you walk through. Let us practice naming and responding to these foundational security items aloud. I practice saying, I need to put my laptop into a separate plastic bin. I practice saying, I am placing my liquids bag in plain sight on the tray. I practice saying, I must take off my metal belt and heavy jacket. I practice saying, I will walk through the body scanner when the officer calls me. I master the exact definitions of every major security instruction. Now that you know the security vocabulary, you need to understand the grammar used by airport staff. Security personnel use imperative verbs, direct command forms, to tell passengers what to do quickly and safely. Hear the structural pattern. Remove your shoes. Empty your pockets. Step forward, please. Put your bag flat on the belt. This is direct imperative grammar. To respond politely or ask clarifying questions, you use modal verbs like where should I or do I need to? Where should I put my backpack? Do I need to take out my tablet? Let us repeat these instruction patterns together to make them completely automatic. I practice saying, excuse me, do I need to take my shoes off? I practice saying, where should I place my electronics tray? I practice saying, I am following the officer's instructions carefully. I use direct questions and understand imperative commands effortlessly. I keep my communication clean, fast, and entirely functional. Once you clear security, you enter the main terminal area. Your next immediate task is finding your departure gate. You look up at the large flight information display board to check your gate number and boarding time. When you reach your gate, you listen for announcements about boarding groups, delays, or gate changes. Let us practice the key vocabulary and questions needed to navigate the terminal gates successfully. I practice asking, "Excuse me, where is gate number 24? I practice asking, "Has flight AI 302 been delayed or is it on time?" I practice saying, "I am looking at the departure board for my flight status." I read gate numbers and boarding times with clean pronunciation. I handle terminal navigation with practical skill. When the gate agent announces that boarding has begun, you line up with your boarding pass and passport ready. The agent will scan your pass and check your identity. Listen to the common phrases used during boarding. Boarding Group 1 is now invited to board. Please have your passport and boarding pass open. And scan your barcode on the glass reader. Let us practice your responses to these boarding announcements so your entry onto the plane goes smoothly. I practice replying, "Here is my boarding pass and my passport." I practice replying, "Thank you. Is this the jet bridge down to the aircraft?" I practice replying, "I am heading down to seat 12A." I navigate the boarding gate process with absolute ease. I am fully prepared for every practical step of the airport security and boarding routine. In our first two sessions, we mastered checking in at the airline counter and navigating the security checkpoint and boarding gates. Today, we step through the aircraft door and head down the aisle to find our seat. Once you board the plane, a new set of practical situations begins. Stowing your carry-on luggage in the overhead bin, finding your designated row, asking for in-flight service items, and communicating with the flight attendants. No filler, no philosophy, just practical, real-world English for inside the aircraft cabin. Let us find our seat. I walk down the aircraft aisle with calm, practical focus. I use clear English phrases to settle into my in-flight workspace. I handle everyday overhead bin and seating requests without hesitation. I navigate the cabin environment of the airplane with complete ease. After you step onto the plane, you follow the row numbers to find your seat. If you have a roller bag or a backpack, you need to store it safely before takeoff. How do you ask a fellow passenger for room or check a storage question quickly and politely? You use simple, direct question structures like, "Excuse me, is this overhead bin space open?" Or, "Could you help me lift my bag into the locker?" Let us practice these essential cabin settlement phrases aloud. I practice asking, "Excuse me, is this overhead bin space available for my bag?" Pause. I practice asking, "Could you please slide your bag slightly to make room?" Pause. I practice asking, "Is this seat window or middle?" Pause. I secure my carry-on baggage using short, functional English questions. Pause. I master practical cabin settlement phrases for air travel. Pause. When the plane is in the air and the seatbelt sign turns off, the flight attendants begin cart service or walk through the cabin. If you need a blanket, water, a customs form, or headphones, you need to flag down a crew member using polite modal verbs. We use "could I get" Or would it be possible to handle these small in-flight requests? Hear the structure. Could I get a blanket, please? Or would it be possible to have a glass of water? This is functional, polite service grammar that prevents misunderstandings and keeps your flight comfortable. Let us repeat these practical requests together. I practice saying, "Could I please get a pillow and a blanket?" I practice saying, "Would it be possible to have a cup of orange juice?" I practice saying, "Could I ask for a customs declaration form, please?" I use polite modal structures for every service request on the plane. I keep my communication clean, direct, and entirely practical. I use polite communication clean, direct, and entirely practical. Sometimes practical problems arise while you are flying. Your seat's audio jack might not work, the overhead air vent might be stuck, or you might need to fill out arrival immigration cards before landing. How do you handle these minor situations in English? You use clear, everyday sentences to communicate with the flight attendants. Let us practice these exact comfort and assistance phrases so you are ready for anything in the air. I practice asking, "Excuse me, my entertainment screen is not turning on." I practice asking, "Could you help me adjust this overhead air vent?" I practice asking, "What time are we scheduled to land at our destination?" I solve minor practical issues using clear, confident English sentences. I manage my personal comfort in flight effortlessly. As the flight nears its destination, the pilot makes an announcement about weather conditions and landing time. The cabin crew asks passengers to return their seat backs to the upright position and fasten their seatbelts. Listen to the practical landing prep phrases. Please stow your tray tables and put your seats upright. And we will be landing shortly. As we finish part 3, practice saying your landing readiness phrases clearly. I practice saying, "I am putting my seat in the upright position." I practice saying, "I have my seatbelt securely fastened for landing." I pack away my personal items before touchdown. I look forward to finalizing our complete airport routine in part 4. I am fully prepared for every practical aspect of in-flight travel and landing preparation. In our first 3 sessions, we mastered checking in at the airline counter, passing through security screening, boarding the aircraft, finding our seats, and handling in-flight service requests. Today, we bring every single piece together. We are executing the complete arrival and customs routine, from the moment you step off the plane to the final exit through the arrivals doors. No distractions, no abstract theory, just a seamless, end-to-end practical English script for landing and entering a new country. Let us run the full sequence together. I unite every practical airport skill into a single, seamless arrival routine. I step through the entire immigration and customs experience with complete confidence. I speak fluent, functional English from the jet bridge to the arrivals exit. I master the complete life cycle of a real-world airport journey. Imagine walking off the plane, down the jet bridge, and following the signs toward passport control. You step up to the immigration officer's desk. You present your passport and answer standard entry questions calmly and directly. Let us practice the full immigration exchange aloud, keeping your pacing slow, natural, and clear. I practice saying, "Hello, here is my passport and my return ticket." I practice replying, "I am visiting as a tourist for 2 weeks." I practice replying, I am staying at a hotel downtown. I complete my immigration check with clean pronunciation and polite phrases. I execute the passport control transaction smoothly from start to finish. Next, you walk into the baggage claim hall to find your flight's carousel. You scan the large electronic screens, locate your carousel number, and wait for your checked bags to appear. Let us run through the baggage retrieval and lost luggage inquiries so you are prepared for any situation. I practice asking, "Excuse me, which carousel is flight number 402 on?" I practice saying, "I am waiting for my black suitcase to arrive." I practice asking, "Excuse me, where should I go if my checked bag is missing?" I handle baggage hall communication with total poise. I bridge my passport check and luggage pickup seamlessly. You collect your bags and head toward the exit doors, passing through customs control. If an officer asks you a declaration question, you answer clearly using simple, direct English. Let us practice this final customs and exit sequence aloud. I practice replying, "I have nothing to declare." I practice replying, "These items are only for my personal use." I practice asking, "Excuse me, where is the exit to the taxi stand and ground transportation?" I manage my customs clearance with absolute ease. I handle all final exit needs using practical English phrases. Your travel is complete, your bags are safely with you, and it is time to step out of the terminal toward your hotel or transport. You offer a polite sign-off or ask for directions to the train or bus if needed. Let us close the loop with our final practical travel phrases. I practice saying, "Could you tell me where the airport shuttle bus stops?" I practice saying, "Thank you for the help. Have a great day." I walk out of the terminal doors with the proud realization that my practical travel English works. I am fully equipped for real-world travel interactions anywhere in the world. I am Tom, and I am proud of your incredible progress.
If you had fun learning with me, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so we can keep practicing together. And hey, don't leave me hanging. Drop your answers in the comments below. I can't wait to read them. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.